Hey, what's up, people? It's King Gio in the house. What's up? Hello, people. King Gio in the house. Well, for those who are new to my channel, welcome. I am King Gio. I'm your host for tonight. And today is going to be called, the topic today is the media. Does the media play a role in our society? What do you think? Hey, what's up? What's up, Rafael Rivera? How you doing, buddy? I waited for you the other day. I told you I was going to go live at 7 p.m. and you said, I'll be there. I'll be there. I'm at 9 p.m. I'm sorry. You never showed up, but that's all right. You're here now. So does the media play a role in the decisions that we make at certain things? Um, Let me see how many people come on before we answer those questions. Let's see, because this is live. Man, don't worry about it, man. I'm good. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, man. I'm good. Are you okay? And the reason that I'm bringing up the media is because we all know what happened to the young 5-year-old Ken Hinnant, who was murdered the other day here in North Carolina. And the boy was white, and the boy was white, and the person who shot him was black. And a lot of people was complaining about why didn't that get a lot of media attention? Why does this get attention and why does not get attention? That Black Lives Matter get attention and blah 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 blah. And then I got a message from one of my subscribers, from one of my viewers, who said no, that because I mentioned Steve Walsh, and he said what Steve Walsh said was true, because he had said something in the lines. He had said, and I still have my book here. If you see my videos, you can see. He said, this is what he said. Steve Walsh said he's a religious conservative blogger. His name is Matt Walsh, not Steve Walsh. Steve Walsh is from the show from when he killed his kid. Matt Walsh said, who writes for the Blaze and whatever. He said, reverse the races, and the attention from that, and we will have another month of riots, and we have another month of talks. So he had so this Matt Walsh said that, and then Donald Trump Jr. said something to the effect of, not something to the effect. He said, if it were a black kid, he just said something, and then Carson Tucker, or whatever his name is, Tucker from Fox, said they didn't get too much attention to this young boy, to his story. And then the gentleman who was on my show, on my book, you feeling better? All right. So what happened, if you don't mind me asking, or talking to Raphael? I want to see who was the one that wrote to me, so you guys know who I'm talking about. Jeremiah B. He goes, King Gio, that's a lie. More unarmed whites are killed by police based on the ratio of police interactions. I can list names than those three if you like, even more current cases. And I told Jeremiah B. I said, let's do this. Let's do it live, right? Because if we do this live, and then we can put those white people who have been killed, we can put their names out there, and then and we can give them a voice also. But my point is this: even though Jeremiah has cases of where white people, by ratio, whatever, have been killed by officers too, my point is that these officers, they racial profile. They don't racial profile white people the way they do blacks. It's plain and simple, and that's a fact. They don't racial profile them. So you have more of a chance getting stopped if you're black than you are white. We all know that. So my point to the attention of the media between what happened with Black Lives Matter with Cannon is that two different incidents, two different cases. Because in Cannon's case, we don't know what triggered this asshole. And I keep saying this asshole. What triggered this asshole from killing this young man, from this young boy? But we know what happened with George Floyd, and George Floyd's not the only case. It's been going on, right? So how are we supposed to riot? How are we supposed to protest? How are we supposed to give this young boy a justice when we don't know what triggered this asshole from doing what he did? So, and the police are not releasing any information as far as to the reason as to why this man, and his name is, just in case, I don't like giving clout to people like that, but his name is Darius Session, right? Darius Session, and his father said the kid's father said this was not. I don't think it was racial, and I think it was racial. I don't think it was racial because I offered the guy a beer yesterday when this happened. I think this happened Monday, I think, or Tuesday. But when it happened, well, today's Tuesday. But when it happened, he asked him to sit down with a beer the day before. So the media plays a role in a lot of things. It's up to us to take it with a grain of salt or to take it, I don't know, or to believe in it. And that's where a lot of people fail to do. They fail to do due diligence. A lot of people fail. You see a lot of people speaking on Fox, and they believe everything that Fox says. A lot of people watch CNN. They believe everything that CNN says. You watch MSNBC. A lot of people believe what MSNBC says. You have those type of people. But you are a person who you decide what's fact and what's fiction. I think you have to be smart enough to know when the media wants ratings, when the media wants you to believe in something, and even though it's not fact, but they want you to believe, and stuff like that. And you have to. I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to Google this real quick, and I'm going to give you a straight example how racism in the media. But in this case, the media didn't play that much. There was more of a racist thing. Watch. Let me see if I can find out. I forgot the name. Maybe it comes out. Okay. This young lady, look, I'm going to show you something. You see this young lady right here? See if you can see him. I want you to take a look. I want you to take a look at her. Well, not her. I want you to take a look at him. Take a look at the young man. Okay? So this lady was jogging and she was killed in Queens, New York in 2016. And they didn't find the killer or nothing like that. They said that this guy killed her, right? This is what it says. New York City jurors took 5 hours to convict a 22-year-old man in the killing of a female jogger in Queens, whose 2016 slaying set off a month-long manhunt. Chanel Lewis of Brooklyn was found guilty of killing Karina Vetrano on August 2nd, 2016. He was convicted of 4 counts, including murder and sexual abuse. Now, you don't have to be a genius, but if you see the face of that young man, you can tell that young man, it's not all up here. You can tell that man does not have the capacity to understand what's a trial. You can see it right there. That young lady, unfortunately, her death is unfortunate, and and rest in peace, and my condolences to her. her family. But her body was found, and you know who found her body? Her father. After a month-long hunt, the father found the body, and the father went to the cops, to the precinct, and he was the one that's giving all the information. Something iffy on that case. I think this kid's going to get thrown out one of these days, or he's going to get overturned in the Supreme Court. But this just to show you, even though the media didn't play a role here, who played a role here was the cops, because they were determined to find anyone, because no one saw anything, but they were determined to find anyone that killed this young lady, because this lady came from a very powerful family, father. And they were determined. And I can tell you that because my daughter's mother, my first daughter, her mother was killed. Her mother was murdered 26 years ago in Boynton Beach, Florida. 26 years ago. Now, her death was never resolved. Her murder was never solved. Just recently, they did a podcast on her to see if someone knows anything. But 26 years, they have not had one clue of who killed the mother of my daughter. But yet, they found this guy within a month. And you can look at his face, and you can just tell that this is not. You cannot say what's the face of a killer, because you cannot say that. But this guy looks distraught. This guy looks like this 22-year-old looks like he has some mental problems. What up, Brandon? What up? You at work, bro? I thought you'd be home chilling, making and relaxing. You know, and then in other cases, the media plays a big role, because you know you're presumed innocent until proven guilty. And unfortunately, that's not the case in America. You're guilty because once you come in the news, everybody says, "Oh, I'm guilty." Everybody has this perception. If you got arrested, it's because you're guilty. Nobody gets arrested if they're not guilty. You know, the cops don't arrest nobody for being innocent. No. I've seen a lot of people get arrested for being innocent. I've seen a lot of people get charged for the crimes they did not commit. I can tell you that. Okay, so whatever politician or whatever, like Candace Owens and this guy Shapiro, always talking about race and always talking about the blacks, how blacks and blacks killing each other and how this and that. They know nothing. Even though Candace Owens is black, but she knows nothing of being black. So in that case, so when you come in the media and they arrest you, you automatically found guilty. I got arrested for a charge I never even committed. I had witness, bro. I'm not gonna say his name, but this was in 1986. I was with this girl. I was at home. I went from my house. I left my house. I left my house around 4:00 in the morning. I had to be at work at 6. I was working in a bagel store. I can tell you where it's at, in Riverdale, New York. And I went to the bagel store. I think I'm at the bagel store. I went to at that time, my girl's school. I saw her for lunch, came back to work, and then bounced. And then when I got home, she called me up and says, "Hey, G, who you were with?" And I said, "I was with this person." He goes, "The cops are looking for you." I said, "For what?" I don't know. So I call the cops, and the cops put me in. They take me in, and they ask me kind of questions. And I said, "I don't know what you're talking about. I was not there." So they arrested me for grand larceny because they say that I was with this guy when this happened. Now, mind you, when this larceny was going on, I was cashing my check in a check cashing place. All right. While this larceny was going on, I was in a check cashing place, Then they put me on a lineup. And on a lineup, the woman chooses me. Supposedly, she chooses me in a lineup. I said, okay. The 3 days in central booking, 3 days. They let me go. I had to go to court 3 times. This lady never showed, not even once, to court. And they dropped the charges. So I got arrested for doing nothing at all. And so you're not innocent to proven guilty, people. No, you're not. And And I was like, well, I'm taking this to trial. If it goes to trial, I wouldn't even. I was going to put in a motion and everything. I was going to put in my discovery motion. I was going to do a 30-30. I wanted this to go quick because I wanted to find out, I wanted to confront my accusers and say, well, yo, I was the one that mugged you. You said I grand larceny. I did that. Are you sure? And then you would see, and then I would bring all the cameras from the check cashing place. Who's that? Is that King Gio? Is that? And you said at this time I was robbing you. Are you sure? It's in that neighborhood, that Riverdale at that time was all white. It was white and Jewish. Up by School 141. So the media plays a role in decision makings and how we look at things at times. But you have to be aware of what you're taking, what you believe, and what you don't believe. You're a grown man or woman. You got to decide. Okay, I'm going to believe this because they said this. I'm not going to believe this. I have people who are telling me that Donald Trump had nothing to do with Russia. There was not a collusion with Russia because they said so. But yet they don't read between the lines. What Comey said wasn't his words was Comey, whoever did it, wasn't the word said that under DOJ's rules, we cannot, when they asked him about Trump, did you find anything on Trump? They asked him. After the FBI did their investigation, they asked them, did you find anything against Trump? Did you find anything on Trump? And his words were, under the DOJ rules, we cannot, or someone cannot prosecute a sitting president. Then he left it, and he said, that's up to Congress to decide whether he did something or not. But he did say, so by him telling you, by Congress asking, did you find anything on Trump? If it was that yes, we did find something, or no, we didn't find it, there would have been yes, we found something, or no, we didn't find something. It was under DOJ's rules, we cannot prosecute a sitting president. So that tells you, yes, we found something. Yes, we have something on Trump. But we cannot do anything with it because under DOJ rules, we cannot prosecute a sitting president. So what's the point of me giving you all this and we can't do nothing about it? So I'm not giving it. Those things will come out after his presidency or once he dies. And a lot of people are going to be like, oh, wow, Donald Trump did all this. Oh, you guys are going to be surprised at what Donald Trump has done. Because that man is not a good man. Politically, he's not good. Economics, he's not good. I don't care what anybody says about him being rich or his father was rich. And people got to learn her story. But so the media, so that's the way the media works, and you have to take it for what it's worth, guys. You got to take it for what it's worth. So you decide what you pick. You decide what not to pick. You decide if you want to believe on Don Lemon, you believe on Don Lemon. If you want to believe on Cuomo, you believe on Cuomo. If you want to believe on Carson Tucker, you believe in Carson Tucker. If you want to believe in Chris Wallace, you believe in Chris Wallace. Whomever it is that you want to believe, but make sure that you have the facts. Don't go by what people don't go by what people say. Go by the facts. This person did this. This person did that. This person did this. This person did that. Don't judge the person, or don't come to an assumption because all the news said. So the news said it's true. No. You got to come to your own conclusion. We are adults. At least some of us are. We're adults where we can come to our own conclusion. Don't need the media to tell you, hey, this, that. No, you don't need that. You decide for yourself. You decide. So leave your comments below and let me know, what do you think of the media? Because there's a lot. I mean, if you look at a lot of politics, I don't even want to get into politics today. But if you look at everything that we do today, it's all in the media. It's on social media too. And once you go to the social media, you're doomed. Look at that. Look at the transsexual in Puerto Rico. was killed because someone on Facebook said that he did or she did something which she didn't do, and they shot her. They put videotaping and they shot her, and she didn't do anything. And even the cops said she didn't do anything. When they went to investigate, the cops said no, she didn't do that. That's impossible. But the homophobia and the hatred towards the LGBTQ community, it's horrendous. It's ludicrous. So it's just kind of shameful, to be honest with you. So we gotta take the media take the media at a grain of salt. You know, we gotta do what we gotta do. You are live. So guys, yes, I want you guys to come in. I want you to chat with me, man. I was looking because the gentleman yesterday told me that Donald Trump is one of the 5 best presidents there is. And he said he's one of the top best 10. I don't know about that. I would like to meet someone from the Lincoln Project. The Lincoln Project is a project done by disgruntled Republicans who want Donald Trump out. So they're trying to take all the negative things that Donald Trump has done and put it out in the media. That's what they call it, the Lincoln Project. I think it's a cool name. And it's about time that someone actually did something like that, because he's not that good. You know, so you guys let me know. All right, guys. Well, this is going to be the end of my broadcast, young people. So let's do this tomorrow. Tomorrow, something special. All right, guys. So stay safe. Raphael, thank you for joining in. Brandon Hicks, thank you for joining. Hope you have a good day at work. Have a good and safe day, or night, actually. And peace out.